Well, the 49ers, after seeing what the Philadelphia Eagles did to the Chiefs, now the pressure rises even more on the Niners now to win the Super Bowl. Let's talk football. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are talking about the San Francisco 49ers. After the Eagles won the Super Bowl, with Jalen Hurts winning Super Bowl MVP, doing what the 49ers couldn't do, and beating the Kansas City Chiefs to ruin their chances of a three-peat. But now, with this loss, with this win by the Eagles, do the 49ers have even more pressure to win a Super Bowl after this season than they did before? Now, I'm going to talk about this here in just a second. Before we get started, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a big favor and smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's talk about the 49ers. The 49ers. I already talked about Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts in a separate video, proving my point of what I've said about the Niners. So if you want to go check that out, I'll have that link down in the description. But I think the 49ers pressure has doubled now because of a couple of reasons. Number one, the Philadelphia Eagles had the best team in the NFL and beat the best quarterback in the NFL. Something that y'all couldn't do with the best roster you had in place. And the fact that the Eagles were able to do this before you is just outstanding and really shocking, if you ask me. I was even shocked by the result. But no, that's number one. Number two, the 49ers' last Super Bowl win was with a guy named Steve Young. Steve Young. That's almost about 30 years ago. That's almost 30 years ago now. The 49ers, I have said this about this team, they are a Super Bowl or bust. It is who they are. Until they win a championship, every single year that they play is a Super Bowl or bust. It's either go and win a Super Bowl or your season's a failure. Because we look at the NFC right now, the Eagles are looking more dominant than you are. And not only that, you got Talise Hufunga and Dre Greenlaw likely leaving in free agency, which I believe is the right move if they want to go win a championship. But the fact is, Jalen Hurts did the one thing that Brock Purdy couldn't do: outplay Patrick Mahomes, the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. And now Jalen Hurts puts himself in that discussion. But this, I've said this about the Niners. They have to finish the job. Shanahan is now on the hot seat more than he has ever been before, in my opinion. He now has witnessed Nick Sirianni, a man that was in Philadelphia for 4 years, now has won his first ring as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to the Niners. It doesn't matter if you make the playoffs. It doesn't matter if you make the NFC Championship. Heck, it doesn't even matter if you make the Super Bowl. Until you finish the job, we're all going to look at the failures that you've suffered for the last few years. We look back at Super Bowl 47 when you had a chance to come back against the Baltimore Ravens, Colin Kaepernick, with a fourth and goal drive. on the last drive of the ball game with a chance to win the game. What did Colin Kaepernick do? Overthrew Michael Crabtree, and then eventually threw a pick to the Seattle Seahawks in that following NFC Championship, which was remarked by one of the most famous post-game interviews of all time. But then in Super Bowl 54, when you created the legend of the Chiefs, you had a 10-point lead against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And you had 10 minutes to go in the game. You should have won that. But what did you do instead? You gave up a 10-point lead. Jimmy Garoppolo overthrows a wide open Sanders, and you fail once again.
Starscream, your mockery of a reign is over.
And then this following year, when you had the most stacked roster in the NFL, what did Purdy do? Didn't play Patrick Mahomes, overthrew a receiver twice, and lost the football game. I have pointed to this on a momentous amount of occasions. Brock Purdy has to turn into Superman. It's what he has to do. And Jalen Hurts showed that. You got to take off those Clark Kent glasses and turn into Superman because it's ultimately what you have to do. If you're going to be the best, if you're going to go win a Super Bowl, you have to outplay the best quarterback in the league, who is Patrick Mahomes. Now, the 49ers, I've been mainly behind their back some of this time, but I'm not now. After what happened with the Eagles this year, with them winning a Super Bowl after having a collapse last year, they went out in the first round from becoming a first round exit to now being Super Bowl champions, something that y'all haven't sniffed in 30 years. And now the Eagles now have two more. And with the Niners, with the Seahawks, Rams, and Eagles, they tie with the Super Bowls. If you combine the Eagles, Rams, and Seahawks, they have the same amount of Super Bowls as the Niners in the 21st century. If you combine them together, the 49ers have to finish the job sooner or later. There's no more blaming, no more excuses for the 49ers. You either get the job done or you shut the heck up. Because Jalen Hurts silenced all his critics. Nick Sirianni silenced all his critics. And yet Shanahan and Brock Purdy have still yet to silence theirs because they haven't finished the job. Because the Niners have not won a Super Bowl since Steve Young was their quarterback. You need to have somebody on your quarterback. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, shine in the biggest moment in the Super Bowl. The NFL is built around moments. And Brock Purdy had his moment and he couldn't shine. Jalen Hurts was able to instead. And the 49ers, I've been hearing it from a lot of different fans throughout my 2 years as a YouTuber. I've been right on y'all's theory for 2 straight years. I said that Brock Purdy has to outplay Patrick Mahomes, and he could not do that. Instead, Jalen Hurts is the first quarterback of the current NFC to go into the Super Bowl and do something that Purdy couldn't. Win a Super Bowl and outplay Patrick Mahomes. Brock Purdy, you need to turn into that. If you're going to have a shot to win a championship, you need to beat Patrick Mahomes by outplaying his behind. It's ultimately what you need to do. You need to stop being a game manager and you need to show up in the brightest of lights. Because if you don't, you are going to be Super Bowl-less your entire career. Because I'm telling y'all this right now. If the 49ers fail another shot in another Super Bowl this year. Shanahan is as good as out of San Francisco. Because this is it. This is what I'm calling Shanahan's last stand. This is it. You have your chance now. You have everybody healthy. You have every single person you can ask for. With still the draft coming in a few months, 2 months. You have the best shot that you have. You have to go against Philadelphia, Detroit, and many other teams of the NFC coming up, including the Seahawks. That made Geno Smith look like prime time Michael Vick.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
But this is it. This is Shanahan's last chance. If he doesn't win a Super Bowl this year, you can kiss his head coaching career at San Francisco goodbye. Because this is your last chance. You either show up and finish the job, or you're out of San Francisco. And that is final. No questions asked. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the pressure has risen on the San Francisco 49ers? Let me know why down in the comment section below. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.